Hey, this is Vic Dorfman, and in this video I'm going to show you how to integrate ClickFunnels to work with Memberium, and this will work whether you're using ActiveCampaign or the InfusionSoft version of the plugin, and I'll actually show you both variations. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to go into Zapier, okay? And the caveat here is that you need a paid Zapier account, which is $18 a month, I believe, last time I checked. In order to do this, or really any zaps that require more than one step, and this is a multi-step zap. Or alternatively, you can just contact me and say, hey Vic, can you set this up for me, and I'll just do it on my Zapier account. Okay, so assuming you have your account set up, what you do is you are going to select the first trigger action, and it's going to be ClickFunnels, and probably the trigger that you want to use is the new purchase trigger. Okay, and then you're just going to select any ClickFunnels account or the ClickFunnels account that you're working with. And if you don't have one integrated, you're just going to click the Connect an Account button down here, and then there's a wizard that'll walk you through the process of actually connecting your ClickFunnels account. So I'm just going to select one that I've already pre-configured, and I'll click Save and Continue. Now on this step, it's actually going to ask you, do you want to search all funnels and all steps within a given funnel for purchases, or do you want to limit this trigger to only operate or only function within one funnel? So in this case, since this is an example, I'm just going to select all funnels, but if you're doing this for a particular product, then you may just want to actually load all of your funnels and then kind of pick the one that you want. Okay, so I'm just going to do all funnels. And now here's an important step. This is very important. In order for you to connect the ClickFunnels details that you're about to get from ClickFunnels with Memberium, you need to make sure that a sale has happened, a live sale or a test sale that you've done of this particular product, and it has to be this specific product because that is the product data that we're going to use for the next step. So, and I'll go ahead and make this concrete for you and say that once you've selected your options, you'll click Fetch and Continue. And what Zapier has done at this point is it's actually pulled the data from the very last purchase. Okay, so if I click View Your Purchase, okay, I can see that we've got some data here. Okay, and we've got some information here about this person and the product. Let's see, product. The product that they purchased is called Personalized Fabric Groupon Redemption, one piece. Okay, so cool. So that means that if this was the product that you were selling and trying to integrate with Memberium, then you would have to make sure that the very last sale that you made in the particular funnel or in the particular funnel step was of this product. Okay, because that's the one that you want to integrate with the next step. Now, caveat to that is that in the next step, okay, we're going to create a filter. We're going to create a filter, and the reason that you want to create a filter and is actually if you have several products that are named similarly, which is a common situation, then you're going to create a filter that says if the product name has certain conditions, then continue the zap, and if it doesn't, don't continue the zap. And so we're going to select this first step, and we're going to select product name. Okay, it's Personalized Fabric Groupon Redemption, one piece. Oh, there we go. Oh, I selected the wrong field, didn't I? Let's go back again. Product's name, there we go. Cool. And we'll say the text of this product contains the word Groupon. Okay, now this is assuming that this is the only product with the name, with the text Groupon in the name. Okay, so it has to be unique if you only want to filter for this product. Hopefully I don't have to explain how filtering works. It's pretty logical if-then statements, but if you do have a question, don't be shy to ask me. I'm happy to help. So next step, continue. Now it's going to check if the filter passes the condition. Okay, so yes, it worked. It's a pass because the text of the product name contains the text Groupon. Cool. So the very next step is going to be, let's see, we're integrating ClickFunnels to Memberium. Okay, so the next step is going to be either to ActiveCampaign or to InfusionSoft. So let's start with ActiveCampaign. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to create/update a contact. Okay, then we're going to connect an ActiveCampaign account. It's weird, I already thought I had one connected. All right, so I've connected an ActiveCampaign account and I can proceed with the next step, which is going to be passing the information that we just got from ClickFunnels over to ActiveCampaign. And the weird thing, I don't really get why they do this, but they require you to select a list. So you're just going to select any old list, okay? Or you may actually even want to create a list specifically for this purpose, kind of a dummy list or a generic general list, okay? And then you're going to grab the email address of the person, so you can actually just type email in the search. I'm just going to find their email eventually. Okay, so here we go, contact email. Then first name. Okay, you can type first as well. And hopefully your computer is a little bit faster than mine, because mine is not fast at all. Contact first name, there we go. Contact last name, optional, we'll just leave that blank for now. But basically you can populate all of these fields with whatever you want. Now, the important part, and this is where the actual integration takes place, is you need to define or assign a tag for this contact, and the tag is the tag that generates your user account and password for that contact within Memberium. And this is the same exact situation that happens with ActiveMember, which is the plugin that I prefer over Memberium, and I won't get into why, but basically the same exact situation happens where inside ActiveCampaign you should have an automation that generates your username and password and WordPress account for your new member. Okay, so this tag is going to be the tag that triggers that automation. Okay, so in our case we use something like member, Groupon product. Okay, and so what happens now is that you can leave everything else blank, click continue. I'm not actually going to test this step because I don't want to add this person to that list or give them that tag, because here's the thing, when you test a step in Zapier, it actually tests it live. So it's not like a test, it's a live event that actually does the thing in the step. So we're going to skip the test, and you can preview the sample data, okay, and it'll tell you what happened. And well, obviously in this case nothing happened, but that is pretty much all you need to do in order to integrate ClickFunnels with Memberium or ActiveMember. And in the case of InfusionSoft, so let's go back and replace ActiveCampaign with InfusionSoft. All right. We are going to create and update a contact. Actually, we're going to, create and update a contact. same stuff. Okay, you're going to connect an InfusionSoft account. Let's see, I think I have an account here that I can use. Okay. That's Josh's account. We don't want to use that, so where is mine? I believe it's vic@speedkills.io. Okay. Yes, allow. And you can see that for any of the integrations that you need to do, that there's a wizard that actually walks you through the steps, so that's cool. So you don't have to poke in the dark. And by the way, it's a good best practice to give each step and each account you connect a name, because you will, especially if you work with clients, if you're not just doing this for yourself, you're gonna get confused and you're gonna be like, oh, which account, whose account is this? So this is DT's account. You don't have to know who DT is, but I know who he is, so that's what matters. Okay. And by the way, what I meant by naming steps is if you scroll up, you can see rename the step. You say, okay, buyer, let's see, customer buys Groupon product. So you've given that step a name, and you also want to name your Zap and put it in folders. Okay, so you want to be really meticulous, because especially as you accumulate Zaps, you will run into a situation where you will wish that you had just been a little bit more conscientious. So here we go. Email is going to be same exact thing that we did for ActiveCampaign. So email is going to be the email of buyer. Let's see, let's type in email. I really need to get one of those new MacBook Pros. Those look tasty as heck. I'm just assuming that things would go a bit smoother. Okay, here's the email. And it's saying, do you want to run an action set or a sequence? And then you can add first name, last name, and tags. And again, in InfusionSoft, you can either run an action set or you can apply a tag. I think tagging is a bit easier because, well, the way that iMember360 works, which is a competitor to Memberium, and I believe the way that Memberium works is that you have to create an automation within InfusionSoft to send an HTTP post in order to create the account for the person in WordPress. So the way that you usually trigger that whole creation process is with a tag. So you would just literally click this little drop down, find your tag, and enter it in right here. Okay, or you could just type it in, but you have to, if you type it in, word to the wise, if you type it in, make sure you type it exactly the way that it appears, case sensitive and all. Okay, so that is all you would need to do, and then you would test this step, make sure that it works. And you can see that InfusionSoft gives you a lot of additional fields that you can add data to or pass data into. And then you would turn your Zap on, and then you would test it with a new sale, and just make sure that, again, a best practice for testing is that you want to make sure that the account and email and name that you're testing with aren't in any of those systems. So you'll want to go ahead and delete all your test emails or use a test email that you haven't used yet. Okay, so that's pretty much how it works. Let me know how that goes for you. If you have any questions,